Hi there! Today I will show you how to set up Git with SSH. We're going to set up Git in such a way so you can pull the repository using SSH, commit your changes, and then push them back onto the server. This should work with any repository, be it Git, GitLab, or Bitbucket. So let's begin. The first thing we need to do is to generate an SSH key. I will refer to the GitHub documentation. Now you can choose your platform, but the commands are mostly the same. So scroll a little bit down to the generating a new SSH key section. And what we need is to copy this part. It will use the add algorithm. If you're using a legacy system, then you can copy the second part here. Now make sure you have Git installed on your system, and I'm going to use the Git bash terminal. So let me paste what we have copied and replace this section with your email address. Press enter. Now it will ask you for the path where to save the file and for its name. I will just keep the defaults. Press enter. The next step is to add a passphrase. It is the same as a password. If you don't need a passphrase, just press enter to skip. That's it. We have generated an SSH key. So let me show you. We have two SSH key files. So the ID add public file. This is the file that we're going to share and put on GitHub. And this is the private file. Never share this file. The next step is to copy the public file That's it. Now open your GitHub account. Go to Settings. Find the SSH and GPG keys section. And press on New SSH key. Now give it a title and then paste the key here. Once you have added your SSH key, you can test how it works. So let's head over to the GitHub project. And let me clone one of my projects using the SSH option. Now let's return to the git bash terminal and paste it. So git clone paste. It doesn't work yet. Before cloning the repository and making changes, we need to add the SSH key locally. So the first thing we need to do is to execute SSH agent -s, and then we need to add the SSH key like this. Now, since I don't have a password, it just adds it right away. If you do have a password or a passphrase, it will ask you for it, and then it will add the identity if the passphrase is correct. Let's try to clone the repository again. And it works. Now let's cd to the project, and let me make a small change. So I will modify the build.bat file. And let me delete this line. This should be enough for the testing purposes. Now git status. So the build.bat file was modified, so let's add those changes and let's commit update. Yes, it's asking us who we are. So we need to configure the repository if we're using it for the first time. So let me quickly do this. And let's try to add and commit again. Now that worked. All right, the final step is to actually push those changes. That's it, it worked. Now let me reload the page. And here's the latest change. So that's it. We have created an SSH key added to the GitHub repository. We cloned a project, made a few changes, committed those changes, and then pushed them back to the repository. That's it. Have a nice day.